This video is about how to enable your app for ad hoc distribution using Xcode 13. It turns out that prior to Xcode 13, there were just a lot of different CLI toolings and just scripts, and it was just a real nightmare to do that. But in Xcode 13, they've made it very simple, and this is about how to do that using Xcode 13. This video assumes that you have already learned how to do macOS development. It also assumes that you have a developer account set up with Apple. The purposes of this video is to just talk about ad hoc app distribution. So there are 10 steps in this video. We're going to first create a simple macOS application. Then we're going to create an app icon set. Then we'll load those icons into the app via Xcode. And then we're going to use Xcode to clean the build folder. That's super important. You have to do that if you want to see the icon in your app. And then we're going to run archive. And then we'll distribute the app, which involves some transactions to Apple and the Notary service. And then after you've uploaded the signed application to Apple Notary service, you just wait for an email. It's about 10 minutes that will get sent to your developer account. And once you have that email, then you can just go back and click again on the distribute application button. But this time it should indicate that the application is notarized. So all that's left to do is just export the signed application. And that artifact can be distributed. So for example, you might compress it into a zip folder or move it into a DMG or however you want to do that. But at that point, the application can be distributed, and the people who try to load it won't get that annoying message from Apple saying that, well, we don't know what to do with this thing. Anyway, let's see this in action. So let me close my little presentation here. 1 second. And let's see here. Okay. Let's go to Xcode. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a brand new Xcode application. And I'm not going to try to do anything to this application. It's just going to be a brand new one. So we're going to create a new application, and it's just I'm going to do macOS app, and I'm going to say next. And I'll call this one sample ad hoc app. Okay, and you have to put in here an organizational identifier, and you do need to have your Apple ID specified here in your team. And it really doesn't really matter. You could actually this could be a storyboard application, but I'm doing Swift UI right now. And then I'm going to click next, and I'm going to create the application. Now I'm going to just run the application just to make sure it works. And this is the real bare bones scaffolded app with a tiny little UI. It'll say hello world. Should be coming up here in a second. There it is. You see this thing bouncing down here. So there it is, hello world. There's our application. Great. So I'm not going to try to pretty this up because that's not what this video is about. So what's the next step? The next step is to create the app icon. So the way we do that here, I'm going to bring this down here into, let me bring this down here. And you go to appicon.co. And you drop this is just an icon that I pulled off the internet. I literally randomly pulled the first one off I found. So let's go to images. I don't know. Let's say, what do you want? Ski. How's that? Okay. Okay, let's pick this one. This is a good icon right here. Let's see here. Let me download that. Let me see. Oops, I meant to download that. Sorry. Save image as. Okay, we're gonna say our app icon. Okay, so my downloads. There it is. Okay, so now that I have that in my downloads, I can open this up, show in Finder, bring that down here, and there's our app icon. So we'll come over here to app icon generator, and I think we'll use that. We'll move this over here. And there it is. It's a little more interesting. And then we come here to, although I can see it's not, the aspect ratio may be an issue, but again, you'll find the right image icon. And you'll end up probably creating one yourself. So we just select macOS and we say generate. And then we come here to our downloads folder, and here is the app icons zip file. You open that up, and here are our app icons. Oops. Yeah, here they are right here. App icons set. If you drill in there, they are. Those are all the ones you want. You need that because if you don't set the app icon in your application, then you will fail the notary process, and that's really annoying. All right, so let's do that. We're done with this. Let's come here to our, we're gonna go to app icons here. I've clicked the general tab, and I've clicked at the project level, the target, general tab. Let's go here to app icons, and see this is set here. Actually, I don't think we need to do anything here. I think I'm tracing a step that I did earlier this weekend when I was trying to figure this out. But I think we're all set at this point. But you'll notice, if you click run, let me bring this up, you'll notice right here, down here at the bottom of my screen, it's just using the default icon from Xcode. So if you want to see your new icon, then what you need to do is go up here to product, you need to clean the build folder, and then you need to rerun it. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, so let's try. All right, so maybe you do need to say include. Oh, I missed something. Okay, I'm just not gonna edit this video. I'm gonna let you see. This is the kind of thing that you go through and you forget. Next, what we have to do is we have to go to the assets, and we click on app icon, and we have to bring that. I'm just going to bring the 512 one in because that is the excuse me, let me just scroll this down here. I'm just going to bring the 512 one in here. Let's see here. You bring it into two places. You bring it in here, and then you bring it in right here. And I'll just show you something. I just used the one. There was a single PNG that was this one right here. This 512. I copied that. I just drug it to both places. Okay, just like this. You know. Oops. Just grabbed it like that. Drop it like that. Okay. So let me move this out of there. Okay. So now at this point you have your app icons. So now let's try that again. Let's say product, clean build folder, replace, and now let's run it, and this time we should see our app icon. There it is. You see down here at the bottom here, the skier, the app icon got replaced. Okay, we're on our way here. So now we want to create a product archive. So what we're going to do here is come here to Xcode and go to product and say archive. So now it's archiving, and here is the archive. And once you do this, you have to say distribute app, and then you check developer ID because you want to distribute directly to customers. This is not about how you do it through the App Store and whatnot. Next, and you say upload because you want to send it to the Apple Notary service. Next. So now it's doing all the code signing, and this is all the stuff that it's really hard to do with a CLI tooling before Xcode 13. But boy, is it easy now. So then I'll just click upload, and it's uploading it. And then once it's done, you will get an email notification to your email that is associated with your developer account. You have to check that. It'll take about 15 minutes. And once you get that email, I'm going to pause the video and I'll resume this once I get the email, and we'll step through this. Okay, so I did get that email. It took about 7 minutes, to be honest with you, and it told me that the software has been notarized and now I can export it. So let's close this, and now we're going to hit distribute app again, and we're going to go through the same click sequence. We're going to click developer ID, we're going to say next, but this time it says, your app is ready to go, and we're pretty much there. All we have to do is say export, and we just tell them where we want to export it to. So I'll just say, I'll just take the defaults, export, and that's great. So I'm going to say show in Finder, and let's see here. Where did that go here? That's a little bit confusing. Let me find that for you. Let's see here. Show in Finder, sample app, blah, blah, blah. Archive. All right, I will pause this after I find it. Sorry. Okay, so it was sitting right in front of me. I got confused. It was this folder here. This has, if you just open that up, it's this. This is your sample ad hoc app. I'm going to bring that up, and there it is. Hello world. You can see it. It's wonderful. Now at this point, you can distribute it. So for example, one thing you could do to make it really easy is you just compress that, and this zip file is something you could send to people through Slack or however you want to distribute it, or you can get more fancy with a DMG file. But at this point, we are done. I will put a copy of the steps in the description to this video.